text to speech working. Been forgetting that the last couple mornings. Microphone. We're good to go. All right. So we got the mic on. We've got the text to speech on. We got the music on. We're good to go.
YouTube says hi.
Good morning. How are you? You're up early. All right, let's see. Got one delivery to make today. I don't have two. So it'd probably be about an hour ride today. Everybody's getting ready for the storm.
Cheat YouTube says I okay.
This is early for you, right? You're not normally up this time of day, I don't think. All right, wait.
Cheat YouTube says 10:06 a.m. for me.
Oh, okay. Well then, okay. That makes sense then. So right now, the forecast for this big snow, and this would be like northwest of Baltimore. I think it's going to be just as bad all, around the East Coast area. This guy wants to pass me. Oh. The forecast is down a little bit. Originally, they were saying we were going to get like 18 inches of snow. Now they're saying three overnight.
YouTube says no I law.
That's I believe that was a different language. My cabinet back there is rattling quite a bit today. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can. But they say now they're just expecting 3 inches overnight on Saturday and then 9 inches on Sunday. So altogether they're talking about a foot now. But we're still a few days out, so that could change again. But it's supposed to change into freezing rain on Sunday, like toward the end of the storm. It's going to turn into freezing rain. So, if we're gonna get freezing rain, I'd rather have it be at the end of the storm, so that the ice is on top of the snow instead of underneath the snow. I can deal with it if you just gotta like break through the snow on the top. But when you got it underneath, then it's difficult. Get it off the sidewalk and stuff.
Chief YouTube says Japanese mode selected bara wa aka sumayer wa aoi. Unchi o shida bakari. Unchi. Oh, nani. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Nihon no boru wa ida sune. Yada.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking this morning too.
YouTube says lol.
I woke up this morning. It's kind of a dumb story, but so today's Friday. Normally, my trash collection is done on. They come around and pick up the trash on Thursday mornings. But because Monday was a holiday and we had Martin Luther King Day, so they didn't pick up trash on Monday. So they push everything back up one day, whenever that happens. So instead of Thursday morning, they should be picking up the garbage this morning. So I put my garbage out last night, and now they don't come until like 6 o'clock. So I knew that they wouldn't have picked it up yet. But nobody else on my street put out the trash last night. So I'm like, I'm not sure I checked the calendar. The calendar said they pick it up today. But it's very weird. I mean, my neighbors aren't the best.
YouTube says looks like I am only one here.
You are. Well, I actually see. Doesn't the number say 2 or 3? I can't really see the number very clearly. But you're certainly the only one chatting. A lot of times, people just like to watch. But sometimes you have people that turn it on, and it's running, but they may not be watching it 100% of the time either. I do that sometimes. Like sometimes even if I'm in John's daily driving, like I have to step away and do something. I'm not there 100% of the time. You're just the only.
YouTube says French mode selected to cancel. Please press the any key. Le ventre pour de perdu la télé. Le ventre pour de perdu un bas. Papa. Wah wah. Quest CEK to bay. Wah wah.
Are you trying to like conjure up the people from other countries? See if we can get some international coverage. Reaching out to the Eastern European.
YouTube says lol yeah.
I like that video you made on the bike the other day, a few days ago, a week ago or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool.
YouTube says I am making crap up in other languages to confuse them.
Yeah, it starts to sound like French, but then it goes off the rails. So they're probably thinking there's some other language out there that's sort of. Because your last statement definitely had a French sound to it at the beginning.
At Michael's Adventures 4261 says good morning.
Hey, good morning, Michael. How are you?
YouTube says we.
Michael, Richie likes to make the lady say funny things. He does a pretty good impression of a GPS guide.
YouTube says at Michael's Adventures 4261 lol. Michael's Adventures 4261 says give plasma later.
Oh yeah, it's Friday, that's right. Now, do you have to do anything as far as feeding Emily and the gang out there? Like if you get snow, a deep snow, do you have to do anything different? And how about the camera? Like where's the camera? Because I feel like the camera could get buried in snow. Have you ever had that happen? Did you see there was an animal in the road that had been hit by a car, and I can tell now that it must have been a skunk, because I definitely get that skunk smell.
YouTube says I am not a lady GPS, I am a lady shaver banana burger wookie whoop I.
It's an AI lady.
Adventures 4261 says I adjust the camera as needed. If I put something out, Emily and friends show up no matter the weather.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we're supposed to get the storm starting. Well, they say overnight Saturday, but it's really like early morning Sunday, and then all day Sunday. Like the forecast looks like basically all day long Sunday. It's just end up the last couple hours are going to be freezing, freezing rain. So that'll be good.
YouTube says 4022 trying to make it do long numbers don't work lol.
Tried to make it through. It's interesting that sometimes she reads the letters or the numbers, and sometimes, individually, and sometimes she tries to group them together into either words, or she'll say a number. It's 4,000 instead of 4000. I haven't figured out the rhyme or reason for when she uses one technique and when she does the other.
Storm warning from Saturday 1 a.m. to Sunday 4 p.m.
Sunday 4 p.m. Okay. So Yeah, so that's probably the. You're just shifted a little bit earlier than we are. It sounds like you're starting earlier and ending a little earlier. It's supposed to be a big one. The thing I'm trying to decide is if it's going to end with freezing rain. Like, I like to go out and keep up with it, like especially if it's going to be 12 inches of snow. Like, my normal idea would be to go out Sunday maybe 2 or 3 times and just shovel when it hits a few inches each time. But what I'm thinking is, if it's going to end with freezing rain, I want to make sure that there's like a couple of inches of snow that the freezing rain is landing on. Because it's easier to shovel snow that has ice on top of it than if you wait till, if you've got the ice landing on the sidewalk, it's a pain.
Listener 207 says it's starting at 8 a.m. on Sunday through Monday here in Massachusetts.
That's 8 a.m. Sunday. Okay. So you're actually a little bit behind. Ours is starting Saturday night at, probably like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. Man, this storm is pretty big. I mean, widespread. This could be the end of civilization as we know it. No, not really. They're already, they're talking about closing the bakery on Sunday and Monday.
YouTube says at Susaner207 said I like to dance like a supergirl. At Richie YouTube says lol.
Who doesn't like to
YouTube
dance?
says at Susaner207 wait for it lol.
Yeah, is it like 15 seconds, something like that, between the time when you type it and the time that she says it?
YouTube says at Susaner207.
I don't think she describes the gifts. Like if you put a smiley, I can't tell what that is, but I can see that you put a GIF on there. Sometimes I gotta see if that's a setting that I can change.
YouTube says
You gotta put some E's in there so it's E-I-E-I-I. E-I-E-I-O. E-I-E-I. Try to make her say E-I-E-I-O. Like Old MacDonald. All right, wait a minute. We got a warning message up here. What is this? Warning message, 6 miles, 6 minutes. We got a silver alert. Silver alert. 2024 silver Mercedes. Silver alert. That means there's an elderly person that has gotten into their car and they're somewhere on the road. Silver alert.
YouTube says Old MacDonald had to fart.
That didn't work out as well as I expected. She's not able to carry a tune. Like, she just says whatever you say. It's one of her weaknesses. Because I think they're kind of, at least in the U.S., I think that's a national thing, like Amber Alerts. We have Amber Alerts.
YouTube says HII it's Susan or 207 SM lay face goofy face lounging face.
Anyway, so we have Amber Alerts, like if somebody's got a kid, right? If there's a child that has been abducted, we get an Amber Alert that lets you know what kind of car they're probably in. And then we have Silver Alerts if it's an older person. I always thought that was kind of weird though. Like, why do they still have a license? Like, I don't understand. Maybe they don't. But it just seems weird to me, the Silver Alert.
YouTube says we get a hamburger alert. Pop.
Not sure I'd know what to do with that Amber Alert. I wonder what you feel like if you're riding along the highway and there's an Amber Alert and the car they're describing nearly matches your car. You know what I mean? I think sometimes they have the license plate on there. I didn't see it on that sign. But I didn't see all of the, like, flip through 2 or 3 pages, and I didn't see one of the pages. But I think they do usually put a license plate on there. One thing about those signs, though, is they slow up traffic. Like if they're giving us a warning about a traffic, like let's say there was an accident 3 miles ahead, which is sometimes what they put on there, you know, to let you know that if you might still have time to get off the highway. So if there's an accident, they'll put it up there, but the traffic that is going past that sign slows down to read the sign. So you usually end up with this long delay. The traffic gets backed up when it's heavy. The traffic will get backed up at the sign that's warning you about the traffic backup a few miles ahead. I always thought it's kind of funny that it's against the law to text and drive. That makes total sense to me. So I'm not questioning that law, but I think it's funny that we have a law that says you can't text and drive. However, they put up the signs that you have to read as you drive along the highway like that. I mean, there's really no difference between that sign and a text. I think they should do a study.
Chief YouTube says at Susaner 207 at Michael's Adventures 4261 with Sleeping Chish.
Well, they don't know how to respond to your messages.
Chief YouTube says lol.
This green light. Am I going to make this light? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Chief YouTube says ha ha ha.
We could thank all those people for sitting through the red light. Get it ready for us. Get it warmed up.
Michael's Adventures 4261 says LOL.
See now, why did it read? Why did it say LOL that time? And it usually goes lol, right? Have you ever noticed? She doesn't usually say LOL. She usually says lol. Did you do something different? Like, did you capitalize it versus small letters, I wonder? You did something different. You spaced it out, maybe? Or maybe she's just learning.
Michael's Adventures 4261 says I put spaces.
Ah, that worked. That worked. Yeah, because she usually reads, she tries to turn that into a word. All right, here we are. We are at Lenny's. Lenny's Deli. Let's go. I think when we go back, I'm going to go up Racers Down Road, so we'll have a little bit different view instead of the highway. Highway's boring.
Chief YouTube says lol lol pop pop poop poop.
I see the word, the hidden word in your message. All right. Let me. There we go. All right. Let's go in and get the rack. We gotta get the rack. I'm wearing the microphone again today. There. Let's knock on the window. There you go. Good morning. How are you? Good. Thank you.
Ready for the snow?
Yeah. It's going to be a big one.
Right.
That's what they see. Yeah, that's true. Well, I think they're gonna close the bakery on Sunday and Monday, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. I'll try to call. Well, if you're gonna be closed anyway.
Sunday, yeah.
Call everybody who works here and tell them
About-
probably closed too.
You think so?
I'm thinking so, but I gotta wait till the morning to actually find out.
Yeah,
Till Sunday morning to find out.
yeah, because it's gonna start Saturday overnight, Saturday, right? Yeah,
It's not stopped till Monday morning.
right.
Is that right?
Either, yeah, like late Sunday or early Monday morning.
So
Yeah, all day Sunday, man. That's going to be a mess.
I'm not looking forward to trying to get in here on Sunday.
Probably not Monday either. Monday's going to be a challenge too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's likely.
Give me my answer when I get-
That's right. Yeah, I think the state of Maryland is going to shut down on Sunday. Which is probably good. I mean, it's a Sunday, right? When I grew up, nothing was open on Sunday anyway. Just to tell you how old I am. That's true. The only thing open on Sunday was like 7-Eleven. I think that maybe the drugstore. But that was it. One more tray. Yeah, see, so I don't think like we're going to still make all the regular deliveries tomorrow. Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow. But I bet you these places are not expecting much business. My rattly tray as I go in. No, I got it on Monday. Monday? Yeah, Monday. Or maybe Wednesday. I don't know. I definitely have it. Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
I'm not, but
No.
the store should be open.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay safe out there. Yeah. That's probably a smart move. All right, man. I'll see you on the other side of the big storm. All right.
Says leave a comment and I'll get you back.
Oh, all right. What I miss? Anything exciting?
Cheat YouTube says done.
All right, guys. Let's see.
Cheat YouTube says test. At Richie YouTube says tickles. At Richie YouTube says lol.
Yeah, you probably don't want to put those two words together in the same message. Just, maybe a heads up on that. Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? Let me get my music back on. So, that's our only delivery today. We're going to head back. Whoops. No.
YouTube says at Michael's Adventures 4261 commented on few videos.
Few videos. Whose videos? My videos? Or your videos? Or his videos? Wait, then hold on. I'm so confused. Hold on. I gotta catch up. How come I'm not? There we go. There we go.
Adventures 4261 says I'm watching you bike ride at Richie YouTube.
Ah.
At Richie YouTube
Bike
says
ride.
Michael's videos is him the Dairy King of Moose.
Dairy King.
YouTube says at Michael's Adventures 4261 I didn't ride that fast, speeded it up lol.
Oh, I figured that. I like it though. I like it. What did you have a GoPro on? Is that how you did that?
Kim C says what kind of strange stream did I stumble into?
Yeah, this is a playful would be a good
YouTube says
word.
if I remember I used music I made in a GoPro, yes.
Yeah.
At Michael's Adventures 4261 says you need more content at Richie YouTube.
Richie, I think, didn't you delete a bunch of your content?
YouTube says at Michael's Adventures 4261 gonna po more videos soon on the chill channel, don't worry smiley face.
But the answer to your what type of channel is this? So I drive a delivery van, and now today I've only got one delivery, so it's only going to be about an hour. We just dropped it off.
YouTube says yes I deleted some videos, they was rubbish lol.
Well, there were a lot of songs, weren't they?
YouTube says that you can see walk into a moose room of burgers.
But yeah, Richie's can be a little hard to follow at first. He likes to make the lady.
YouTube says too many songs lol.
He likes to make the lady who reads out the text just say funny things or nonsense things sometimes. I think I'm going to change her voice. I got to go in, make it somebody with.
YouTube says this lady ain't no sassy goose, I am a big fat moose lol.
Yeah. See, I have to do the text to speech though, because I'm really not. Well, for a couple reasons. One is I can't really read it. It's a little small. But the other is legally I'm not supposed to be looking at the phone. Like from a driving and texting standpoint, you're not allowed to do any of that stuff. So I kind of got that idea from people. There are truck drivers that, drive along the highway for hours a day. And
Kinsey says maybe we can get John to change the starter on the TTS.
we can
Cheat YouTube says lol.
we'll see if there are some delivery trucks or delivery type of transportation that stops frequently, like DoorDash or like FedEx. So I've seen people that drive a delivery truck like that, they have time. They stop enough that they have time to read the text. But like the over-the-road truckers.
YouTube says laugh out quiet.
Does laugh out quiet mean you didn't find something funny? I think I'm going to change your voice.
YouTube says you LOL.
Oh, so you got to space it out. That's good to know.
YouTube says at Mukim C.
I don't think that car has its lights on. See that? The one ahead of me? I mean, I would think that maybe it was just the back lights, but I don't think the front are on either. Right?
YouTube says 3, 2, 1, go.
Where are we going? Yeah, that car's up there driving in the darkness. Probably can't even see him. That truck just pulled out right in front of it because it didn't see it.
King C says how many miles until you are back at base?
15 or 20. Maybe 20 from here.
YouTube says 1.21 gigawatts.
I wonder if that car even knows that its lights are not on. Try to give him a little signal.
Adventures 4261 says that car no light might be your silver alert.
That's a good thought. I mean, the brake lights work.
YouTube says hides in the back and giggles.
You know what's going to happen though? Somebody's going to pull out in front of that car because they won't see it. It's not good.
At Mukim C says are you in the path of the weekend storm?
Yes. Yeah, we are. Hey, Mookie, how are you? We're supposed to get snow starting on, well, really, it's really Sunday morning. It's overnight Saturday, so like early Sunday morning, 2 or 3 o'clock, 1 or 2 in the morning maybe. But 3 inches overnight, and then another 9 inches throughout the day on Sunday. And then it's supposed to end Sunday evening with late, I mean, not like almost midnight, I think, but freezing rain.
YouTube says Mookie 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 Mookie.
I think somebody likes you, Mookie. So with that being the case, with the snow being so heavy, predicted to be so heavy on Sunday, a lot of places are already closing. Like they're talking about closing the bakery on Sunday. And then probably
YouTube says Kaka. At Richie YouTube says law.
I mean, I guess if the bakery's not open on Sunday, I might do this road is ridiculous right here. The sad thing is they completely repaved all of this roadway. I don't know, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. And then they went through maybe 3 months ago and had to dig up that section. I guess they had a pipe or something. You see this whole area that's like dug up in the middle of the road? Okay, some serious tray rattling today.
Team C says Saturday starting at 7 p.m. through overnight Sunday in the Pittsburgh area. Looks like 8 to 12 inches of all snow.
Yeah, it's the same. So you're like a few hours before us.
YouTube says at Michael's Adventures 4261 cleaner comment.
Be interesting to see what really happens, because this is a really broad or widespread, I guess, storm. I mean, I haven't.
YouTube says my ex-wife was a right train wreck, then she got derailed. Lol. YouTube says it was a jokey.
No, I know. Which car was she? If she was no, I don't even know if I want to ask that question.
Team C says I have the same feelings for it, Richie YouTube, but I don't express it as well as they do. YouTube says ah.
So this roadway. This is actually, I live south of the bakery, right? So this is part of my commute when I drive up to the bakery. This is the road that I see all the deer on a lot of times. Now, this time of day, they're starting to, the traffic going south, that's the other way. We're going north. The traffic going south is starting to pick up because that's the commuters going into Baltimore.
YouTube says choo 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 choo.
You know, I think I have the ability to limit the length of a message. I'm pretty sure that's in there. Like I hadn't really considered it. Because I don't know what the character limit is, but it's. I did when I was.
YouTube says don't do it law.
Don't. Oh, really? You don't want me to do it? I'm surprised. No, I'm probably not going to do it. But when I was testing, I know there's a limit because when I was testing, I tried to cut and paste part of the Declaration of
YouTube
Independence.
says no.
Maybe you can limit by person. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
YouTube says that's it. This GPS lady quits.
She quits. You're gonna wear her out.
YouTube says law.
Maybe Sunday I'll take some video of the snow. See what we get. And then Monday, I mean, it's going to be, to me, the worst part. Like, I don't mind a big snowfall like that, you know, but the worst part for me, I think, is that it's going to be, it looks like for the foreseeable future, at least the forecastable future, it's going to be below freezing, like in the 20s, not even close to 32. So we're not going to have any melting for quite some time. Which also means you got to shovel it right away. You know, this is going to be one of those storms that you want to be out there and get it done. Because if you wait, it's going to get harder and harder. It's not going to melt. I mean, 12 inches is a lot of snow, but it's not like a blizzard.
YouTube says Mookie was a hairy bear. Mookie had no underwear law. YouTube says OPMC law.
I think Mookie wears underwear. It's just a guess. I could be wrong.
Team C says it's going to stick around a while for sure.
I mean, I'm waiting for the day. Like when I pull in the morning, I usually just check the weather, like I always do.
YouTube says LMAO.
And I'm looking forward to the day when, you know, at the end of the 10-day forecast. Like right now, when you look at the forecast, it's just there's like the way mine is set up. It shows a line where the temperature is. And it's just straight across, like right in the 20s until the end. Like it never goes up. So I'm waiting for when we finally get to a day where the predicted temperature 10 days out is somewhere near or above freezing. Today's not going to be bad. And
TC says, have you hacked into my webcam? At Richie YouTube. YouTube says at you can see you lol.
this is where I hit my deer, by the way. Right up here. It's right in this section where you see that road sign. They were coming across the road right there. Boom! I hit the deer right there. He's still on the side of the road, by the way. I can still see his ear.
YouTube says tried them Sour Patch Kids other day blue ones my mouth caved in like a lemon lol. At Richie YouTube says oh dear.
Oh dear. It ought to be interesting what this looks like on Monday, at least. Like, I don't know if they're talking about being closed on Monday or just kind of playing it by ear, opening late.
YouTube says made a video on it other day has a look when you can Mr. Craig baffled.
These people are going to fly past me. They've been waiting patiently. That van that just passed us was like riding right on my butt. Now he's going to ride this tractor trailer. I knew he was going to fly past me when we got to that circle. And the thing is, like somebody like, well, now he's got a truck, so it's going to be even more difficult.
Team C says on Wednesday, February 4th, we are finally above freezing with a high of 35 degrees.
Oh. February 4th. Well, it's a good way to start the month.
YouTube says with a breeze of farts.
Oh, he is passing this guy. Look at that. I'm surprised he did that, but he's obviously a very impatient driver. First, it was a double yellow line. And secondly, there's always traffic coming the other way this time of day. Pretty surprised he did that.
YouTube says crazy driver.
He was. I mean, this, at least I was going the speed limit. This truck is not. Like we're going maybe 50, probably not quite 50 miles an hour. But he still shouldn't have passed him.
YouTube says Warheads is a brand of sour or tart candy manufactured by Impact Confections, located in Janesville, Wisconsin. They are marketed as an extreme candy with an intense sour flavor.
It's good to know. Oh, I learned a new word yesterday. So yesterday afternoon, I went to the dentist, and they had just for a regular checkup, and they had a wheel, like they were playing like this game where you spin the wheel, and it lands on a weather outcome, like partly cloudy, 6 inches of snow, 8 inches of snow, 12 inches of snow. And so all of the patients that are coming through are allowed to spin the wheel. And I don't know what the prize is, but they're keeping track of what everybody got. So I spun the wheel, and this is for Sundays, basically for what do you think the weather's going to be like on Sunday? What's going to happen? So I spun the wheel, and it said I landed on sunny, which, like, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Even if it doesn't snow, which I think it will, but even if it doesn't snow at all, it's not going to be sunny. So I'm definitely not winning anything from my dentist. But one of the options on the wheel was, I think it's pronounced grapple. Have you ever heard of grapple? Like, I never heard of it. So I mean, I think the lady that was standing there with me could kind of tell that I was looking at that word and looking kind of puzzled. Like I was trying to figure out, what is that word? And she's like, oh, that's, without me even asking, she just said, grapple. Have you ever heard of grapple? And I'm like, no, I've heard of scrapple. Like, I like scrapple, but I've never heard of grapple. And for anybody that doesn't know, scrapple is like a meat. Well, it's not really meat. It's sort of meat. It's like if you take all the stuff that they make when they prepare meat, like all the stuff that's probably cut up, laying around, and they just mush it up and sort of squeeze it into a little box shape. That's scrapple. But grapple is a word, apparently. I didn't look it up, but I'm taking their word for it. And it is like, when it snows and it's almost like, I don't know how the best way to describe it is like, if you've ever had the ice cream that they call dots, and it's kind of like that, like a round ball shaped snow, like little tiny snowballs. That's supposedly what grapple is, but I never heard of that. So, in addition to whatever that was Richie told us about, the candy, that was a new word that I learned yesterday. And I promised myself that I would use it, so there you go, I just did. I don't think there's going to be a lot of grapple in this upcoming snowstorm. There might be. All right, we are back at the big green mountain. Wait. I'll wait it out. So today's Friday, right? Yeah. I always get thrown off when I'm off, and I usually am. But by having Thursdays off, it's weird to come back on Friday. Fridays, my whole life I was a Monday through Friday guy, so this whole weekend thing makes the days confusing. But we should be back on tomorrow Saturday at 5. And I would suspect...
He says grapple is a wintry precipitation that is a mix of snow crystals and ice, resembling tiny, soft hail pellets.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I did not know that. I gotta admit, I just learned it yesterday. Get this back up here. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So tomorrow, be back at 5. I'm sure there will be deliveries tomorrow, probably 2. And then it looks like Sunday I probably won't be on. And I don't know what will happen Monday either. But anyway, I will be back tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good day.
Pulse Adventures 4261 says same thing as Hominy Snow.
Oh yeah, that I could see that as the name for it. Yeah. All right. Oh, I could have got gas. You know what? Maybe tomorrow. I just looked. I'm not going to do it now. Well, Michael, have a good plasma. What do you call that? Donation morning. And the rest of you guys have a great day. I'll probably see you on John's channel later. But stay safe, stay warm, and I will talk to you guys later.